Edmonton, Alberta, home of this Northern Conference clash between the Wyoming Buckaroos and the Edmonton Arctic. And it's going to be Oakley Mullins for the Arctic, leading off to Tito Harris. First pitcher, that's a strike for Oakley. Tito Harris, batting 1,000. Not an everyday starter is Tito Harris, getting a start here, but batting 1,000 on the season. Keeping himself alive here on the 2-2 count before Oakley gets him fish in strike 3. So there goes that batting 1,000. Eric McCann up next. A few RBIs, batting 316 on the year. Oh, hell yeah. Pitches off the plate, ball 1. Mullins misses low, ball 2 before that one's fouled off. So a 2-1 count here for Eric McCann, who's going to drive one in the left base knock. I'm going to say that my Steve Austin impression helped Mr. McCann with that base knock. He's going to get a double out of it. That's going to bring up Shane Rocket. 200 on the year for Shane, but probably expected to improve that a little bit. How about that? The throw behind the batter at second. Eric McCann back in quickly. But clearly they had a play on. That is called strike 3. I think even Oakley Mullins was surprised that pitch was called strike 3, but it is called nonetheless. Axel Lucas up now. Cleanup hitter. And cleanup, he will not. Raina Hugh over to make the catch. Ending the first with that double down the left field line, leading to nothing. Raina Hugh going to lead off. 553 on the year, as well as a top 10 leader in stolen bases. Has been caught twice, though, as well. Let's see if Hugh can get on. High fly ball to center. This thing's still drifting. Raina Hugh does not get on. She's gonna round him. A solo shot from the leadoff batter. Raina Hugh, 446 to straightaway center. Arctic take the 1-0 lead. And that's gonna bring up Omar Fields now. 462 average on the season. Has been a great start for him, and Reese Lamb already a little bit behind the 8 ball here. That ball's fouled off, so now we are on a 1-2 count here. Lamb delivers up the middle, and boy, Reese Lamb needs to recover quickly here. Carl Horn up now. Horn batting .071 on the year, so this could be the chance. That pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Looper is fouled off. We got a 1-2 count here to Horn, who's gonna ground that one to the catcher. That one is fair, and a double play. A great play by the catcher to get 2 runners there. However, a Bet Barnes is your next batter. She's leaving, no doubt. Good Lord, what a home run. 489 feet for a Bet Barnes. She crushed it. Mariana Arceus up now. She's going to drive one in the center. It's going to be caught by Wu. A very fortunate inning for the Buckaroos that it's only 2-0, as it felt like the Arctic were hitting everything. Clara Arbor up now. Takes low, ball 1. That one, though, gets in there, strike 1. A very common 5-pitch mix that you'll see in this league for Oakley Mullins is the changeup, forkball, slider, curveball, 4-seam fastball. That's the strikeout, bringing up Alana Wu now, the center fielder, who had a lot of action in that first inning. A lot of it watching balls go over her own head. See if she can get herself on base, maybe start to turn things around, but down 0-2 in the count here, and then watches that one catch the knee, strike 3. And Trevino, your last AB here for the Buckaroos in the second. That's off the plate, ball 1. Low ball 2 here from Mullins. Gets a swinging strike there. So now 2-2 count here. Oakley Mullins, that's fouled off. That one's in there. Strike 3. And Reese Lamb's got to come back out and see if she can find something. Braylon Horton leading off as Reese Lamb was getting absolutely pulverized in that last half inning. That pitch is in there, strike 1. That one's way high. A roller is going to be enough there. 1 down, bringing up Tyree Munster. 143 on the season for Munster. Reese Lamb, 4-seam cut fastball, slider, curveball. Didn't seem to matter what she was throwing in the first inning. Seems to have settled down here a little bit in the second. That 4-seamer, it might have been the cut fastball, it just didn't cut. But that one by Munster driven back up the middle, base knock. Alana Wu gets back in quickly. That's going to bring up Sophia Mitchell, the catcher. Not much of a bat in this lineup for the Arctic. That pitch is going to catch, strike 1. And then the 4-seamer in there. So now an 0-2 count. Low ball 1. That pitch is going to be fouled off. It will reach the wall. So we're still at a 1-2 count here. Mitchell swings over top of the slider, strike 3. That's going to bring up pitcher Oakley Mullins. A little bit of contact in the bat. She can put bat to ball. Let's see if she can deliver a single here to get back to the top of the lineup, which I'm sure Reese Lamb would rather not see with base runners on right now. 1-2 count here. Mullins, strike 3 underneath it. Lamb gets out of the inning and gets a much-needed scoreless second. Jonah Gregory up to lead off the top of the third. Oakley Mullins sets and delivers. That pitch is going to be popped into foul territory for strike 1. Mullins had a very rough first start in her own right, but she looks dialed in today. That pitch is fouled off. Still an 0-2 for Oakley Mullins. Miss is inside, so a 1-2 count. The looper, all Jonah Gregory could do is foul that one off. And Gregory pops that one up straight back to the catcher. Easy catch for Sophia Mitchell, 1 down. And that's going to bring up pitcher Reese Lamb. They're going to let her hit. There was a legitimate question in my head of if you let Reese Lamb face the top of that lineup again. But how about that? Reese Lamb driving one into right over the head of Arceus. That is a base knock. Lamb took a big turn thinking about 3. Stays at second with a double, and that's going to bring up Tito Harris. 0 for 1 on the day, 1 for 2 on the year, and Harris gets a pitch to hit high and deep to right, but it dies out at the track. Arceus gets that ball in quickly. Munster might have had a shot at third. Decided to not throw the ball away. Probably smart with 2 outs. That runner at third base isn't as big. Eric McCann, strike 1 now. And that pitch into center field is going to score the first run of the game as Lamb is going to come in to score. Raina Hugh cuts it off quickly, gets it back in. 2-1, the Arctic lead cut in half now, and Shane Rocket up. Oakley Mullins really would like to get out of this inning with the lead still intact. Some speed on first now, though. Maybe something to look out for. Potential hit and run opportunity here. Outside, ball 2, 2-1 count. Oh, they caught her on the steal. Oh, they played the pickoff to perfection, and that's going to do it for the inning. Caught the steal on the pickoff, and Raina Hugh up now to lead off the third. Let off the first with a home run. Leads off the third with a very hard hit ball down the right field line, but a hook and foul. That pitch is high, ball 1. Reese Lamb now sets and delivers. Catches the zone, so a 1-2 count here. Great hold by Raina Hugh to see this at bat go to 2-2 before fouling off that pitch. You don't want to walk Raina Hugh. She is a threat to jump some bags, and they do walk Raina Hugh. Omar Fields up now, and let's see if Hugh's looking to go. Not on the first pitch. They do not get a chance to double up there as that ball is caught on a line, but back to first quickly. Hugh not going there. That pitch is inside, ball 1 to Carl Horn. Takes low, ball 2. And Horn's ball through the middle, base knock. Hugh is going to stop at second. Runners on first and second, one down for Abet Barnes, who absolutely laced one in her last AB. High ball 1 from Lamb. Low ball 2. Barnes is playing patience here. Double steal attempt. I gotta believe that was a hit and run. That Abet Barnes just didn't pull the trigger on. And they walk Abet Barnes. Interesting call in that situation. It had to have been a hit and run. Marina Arceus now. Off the plate now, 2-1 count. Lamb sets herself and delivers, but off the plate again. And Lamb walks the bases loaded here. That would have been a run. Bring up Braylon Horton. 400 on the season. Big time for a hit here. That pitch catches strike 1. Well low. Lamb here. Really having trouble finding the zone. 2-1 count. Reese Lamb gets Horton to roll one to Lucas. Cross the diamond, inning over. Gets out of it unscathed. Thanks to a rather poorly timed double steal. And Oakley Mullins comes back up now after a rough half inning her last time up in the third. Knowing that the lead is only 1. Fouled off. A 1-2 count here as Mullins looking to recover on Shane Rocket and throws a beautiful loop in there. Strike 3. Bringing it back to Lucas now. And that ball is laced up the middle, base knock. Hugh quickly gets it back in for a very hard hit single. It's going to bring up Claire Arbor here. No real speed on base, so you don't need to worry about that. But Clara Arbor quickly moves that runner up to second, and now the Buckaroos are in business here, bringing up Alana Wu. Could be a bunt opportunity here for Alana Wu. Pitch is off the plate, ball 1, doesn't show bunt yet. Wu not the greatest with the bat, but certainly has some bat-to-ball skills. 1-2 count here to Alana Wu. Off the plate, ball 2. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oakley Mullins gets leveled with that pitch. That's going to bring in Conrad Nuptials. Who will throw 3 straight 100-mile-an-hour plus fastballs. 2 strikes and a foul. That one's out of the zone, but Mitchell does a good job to keep it in front of her, saving the run. That comebacker is not caught. Fields only plays the first, and the Buckaroos tie the game. Nuptials. A bit of a rough inning to be a pitcher for the Arctic. Mullins gets laced with a fastball that was lined right back to her. Nuptials has one lined right back to him, and he just drops it. And the Buckaroos tie the game. Tyree Munster up, 250 average on the season. Single his last AB. That ball's in there. That ball was out of the zone, but swung through, strike one. Off the plate to Munster here, 1-1 count. That one is swung through. 2-2 count here to Mullins. Munster, not Mullins. Fouled off. That pitch is in there, strike three called. Had Mullins on the mind after getting absolutely laced by that ball. That pitch is low, ball one. Two-one count here. Sophia Mitchell watches that one go by, so 2-2. Mitchell's going to drive one into the left. Base knock for Sophia Mitchell. And that's going to bring up Conrad Nuptials. Do you keep him in to hit? I mean, you kind of have to. It's only the bottom of the fourth. You don't really have the time to be able to go through every pitcher in your pen. So they're going to let Nuptials try to bunt over the runner. And that is the worst case scenario of that. It's a double play off the bunt. Bunt popped up right to the catcher, who then throws quickly to first. You were always running off of that bunt, and an unfortunate turn of events leads to a Buckaroos double play in the Arctic right now, shooting themselves in the foot at the plate. It's going to bring up Tito Harris. Not being able to lay down a bunt, poorly timed double steal. These are the kind of things that really kill you as a ball club. That's two down now. As really the Arctic have felt like the team that was in control of this game for most of it. But last couple innings, the Buckaroos have chipped away that 2-0 lead, which could have easily been 5 or 6-0. We've seen this Arctic team blow leads in the past. A 10-3 lead against the Spades blown. Now this 2-0 lead that should have really been more. They've blown that one, and Raina Hugh back up. Walked her last AB. Reese Lamb wanted nothing to do with her. High ball one. That's a pitch that if you're ready for it, you can crush it. Unfortunately, Hugh was well behind that one and just kind of flares at the first one down. It's going to bring up Omar Fields now. Outside ball one. And Fields is going to pop one out to shallow left. Pretty easily handled by Shane Rocket. 2 down. That's going to bring up Carl Horn. Base hit his last time up. Bumps the average up to $125. Let's see if he can improve that even more here. Low high. So we're to the 2-0 count. That pitch does catch the zone, so 2-1 here. Fouled off, so 2-2. Fighting her way back is Reese Lamb. And that ball's hit a ton high to right, but it does not have the carry of the other ones. Dies out at the track. McCann makes the catch. Inning done through 5. It is 2-2. Pitch is on the way off the plate. Ball 1 by Nuptials. And then low ball 2. Conrad Nuptials needs to get over the plate, but not like that. Laced in the left center. Easy two-bagger. Big turnaround second, but gonna stay there. The double's gonna bring up Axel Lucas now with a big chance to drive in a run. Ball's fouled off. Another one fouled off, so Lucas behind 0-2 here. See if Nuptials can find a way to get him out. The ball's inside. Low fastball swung over the top of strike 3 from a guy who could hop the yard on you at any opportunity. To a woman who's looking to slap one the other way and bring in that run. Clara Arbor here. Yet to hit a home run this year, but the .444 average tells you she is a threat. 1-2 count here to Arbor. Ball's low, 2-2. Good eye. Before striking out. Not something Claire Arbor does very often. That's going to bring up Alana Wu. And that's going to do it for Conrad Nuptials. Rodney Wilson going to come in here looking to finish out this inning. Playing a bit of a matchup here, maybe. Wilson, four-seamer, slider, curveball. A little bit more movement on the pitches, I think. And that's what they were looking for. That curveball setting up the high fastball. Gets Alana Wu out of there. And a Bet Barnes leading off. We know what a Bet Barnes did off of Reslam earlier. They're not going to give her another chance. Adelmo Feynman coming on. We're also going to see Alana Wu coming up for Presley Drummond to play some center field. Not the strongest fielder in the world, so kind of surprised they didn't look to move one of the other fielders into center. That pitch is a ball, so 2-1 count here. Fouled off. Feynman's pitch is grounded to Gregory. Great throw across the diamond to get her. Mariana Arceus now up 1 down here. Strike 1 by Feynman. High ball and inside, so 2-1 count here by Adelmo Feynman. Fouls that one off. Another one fouled off, so a 2-2 count here. Feynman sets and delivers. It's fouled off. Trevino trying again to keep that ball in play. She's done a great job of it all game. This is going to be a tough one. It's into no man's land. Still a 2-2 count, but Arceus is then going to line that one right to first base. Harris grabs it, walks it over himself. Braylon Horton, your last chance here for the Arctic in the bottom half of the 6th. Pitch gets the zone, strike 1. Off the plate, we got a 1-1 count here. Swung over top of by Horton. Fouls that one off, so we are on a 1-2 still. Horton keeping himself alive, seeing some pitches. Before swinging underneath that, it looked like. It looked like he got underneath that low pitch. Trying to really drive it. It's going to be Trevino, Gregory, and Presley Drummond here in the bottom half, in top half of the 7th. The reason they did that double substitution, of course, was to keep that pitcher, Adelmo Feynman, in the game a little bit longer. Rodney Wilson doing a good job here so far through his inning or so of work. I think it was 2/3 of an inning of work. Oh, great effort at first base. Unfortunately, unable to come down with that as a Bet Barnes. It's going to be a single. Bringing up Jonah Gregory. And they're quickly going to pinch hit Jonah Gregory out for Francis Boyd. Low ball 1. Boyd batting .500 on the year with a couple home runs, 5 RBIs. Getting a day off, but hey, we need you to hit. And wanting nothing to do with that. Boyd immediately to first. That's going to bring up Presley Drummond now. Drummond batting .300 on the year. That ball is... That's a great play by a Bet Barnes. They are not able to turn 2, but they do get Boyd at second. And Tito Harris out now. Aiden Wilkins is going to come in to pinch hit. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do with their defense here as the Buckaroos really substituting through their bench, trying to find the right combination of guys in the game to get them this win. And right now, Rodney Wilson struggling to get the ball over the plate consistently. That's going to be a tough one. Wilson's got to move it quick. He does, but not before the Buckaroos score the go-ahead run. It is 3-2 Buckaroos. As Rodney Wilson unable to go home with that play. Only play to first. Ball hit too slowly to try to cut off the run. That one's hit right to a Bet Barnes. But not before the damage is done. Adelmo Feynman now. Munster Mitchell Wilson expected up. That ball's driven foul. Strike 1. High Feynman. Before that one's fouled off, so a 1-2 count. Feynman gets him swinging underneath at strike 3. That's going to bring up Sophia Mitchell. First pitch delivered, strike one to Sophia Mitchell, who's then ground one right to Claire Arbor. 2 down, Rodney Wilson, your last batter of the inning, is going to be substituted for Haven Lushley. 188 on the year is Haven Lushley, but again, you look at the Arctic's record, and you will be surprised to hear that they do not have a lot of great hitters on the bench right now. Lushley, however, going to come through nicely with a base knock up the middle, bringing this back to Raina Hugh. Top of this lineup did some damage to starter Reese Lamb. Let's see if they can get to Adelmo Feynman in the same way. Low ball 2. Hugh is being very patient here at the plate. Rolls one into a difficult spot, but not quite difficult enough. Jamie Hancock going to come on to pitch the 8th for the Arctic, and it's going to be Rocket, Lucas, and Arbor. Shane Rocket leading it off. Strike one there for Jamie Hancock. Before that pitch is taken high and deep to right center. It's going to stay in the park just. Raina Hugh recovers quickly to make sure that's only a long double. It's going to bring up Axel Lucas now with a chance to drive in that run. Jamie Hancock needs to keep this game here if the Arctic want a chance. This is not a team that has been scoring runs with the best of them. 2-1 count here is fouled off, so we're back to 2-2. Pitch is delivered. It's popped up right behind the plate. Easy catch for Sophia Mitchell. Barely had to leave where she was squatting. Quickly just stands up, makes the catch. Dive knocks it down. It is enough. Beautiful play at third to make the out. It's going to bring up Adelmo Feynman, who is going to be pinch hit for with Javier Rich. Batting 500 on the year with an RBI himself. Very good contact hitter. Let's see if he can maybe pull something into the outfield, extend this Buckaroo lead. Hancock fires. It's fouled off. Still an 0-2. Off the plate, ball 1. Rich isn't going to let this thing go without a fight. Fouling off a few pitches here. Sees a pitch off the plate now, ball 2. Anything close, Rich is just fouling off. That one's lined right to Omar Fields, though. Catches it on the hop. Down go the Buckaroos. Blaine Sheng, the best closer in the league so far this year. They're going to him now. They're going to ask him for 2.
The shortstop, number 6.
3 saves already on the year for Blaine Zhang. Going to him early. They're going to ask him for the 2-inning save, but he is off the plate here so far. That one he catches with strike 2 and then gets the strikeout. Recovered nicely after a couple really rough pitches. There's another one inside. Zhang not quite as locked in as we've seen him so far this year, but is getting outs. Or is trying anyways. He's gotten 1 out for sure. There we go. There's strike 3. He's kind of all over the place right now, but they're striking out, so it's working. High ball 1 to a Bet Barnes here. That's Blaine Zhang. That ball's driven right at Wilkins. I was going to say, if Blaine Zhang lets to strike out the side, he does not, but gets that pitch driven right to the shortstop. And Trevino going to lead off here. Hancock needs to get out of this inning unscathed if the Arctic hope to get anything done in the bottom half. Pitch on the way here off the plate, ball 2. So a 2-1 count is driven into center. Base knock. Raina Hugh cuts it off quickly, gets that ball back into Munster. That's going to bring up Francis Boyd, the catcher who is playing first base, but more importantly, 2 home runs, 5 ribbies, batting .500 on the season. Hancock wanting very little to do with him. Those first 2 pitches not very competitive. That pitch is missed. And Mitchell unable to recover it. Ball 3 now, a 3-1 count. With that base open, there's no need to challenge Boyd. Just walk him. Gets him up to Presley Drummond. A far less threatening pitcher or hitter as far as jumping the yard on you, and gets it ground into the double play. 2 outs for the price of 1 for Hancock. That's going to bring up Aiden Wilkins. Sacrifice ground out RBI his last time up. This time, going to be a simple ground out to a Bet Barnes. Hancock does his job. Arceus, Horton, Munster need to find something off of Blaine Zhang. We're going to see Natalie Ellison coming in to play some defensive center field here to end the game. That ball's driven high to left, but not particularly deep. Shane Rockets got it easily. 1 down. Braylon Horton up now. 0 for 3 on the day. And Horton's going to see that pitch go low, ball 1. Before getting underneath one of Zhang's pitches and right to Axel Lucas. Final out is Tyree Munster. The pitch is off the plate, ball 1. Zhang has not had his best stuff or anything close to it, really. But is a strike away from the dub. That pitch is high, ball 2. And that pitch is popped up in the infield. Should be an easy play. And it is. Boyd gets it. Buckaroos win 3-2 is your final score. The Arctic continue to blow early game leads. 2 runs in the first inning. Looked like they were going to have control of this one the whole way down. And then the Buckaroos just chipped away. 1 in the 3rd. 1 in the 4th, game-winning run in the 7th. That'll do it for you. Both of the Arctic runs, solo shots, one by Raina Hugh, one by Bet Barnes. Base running, weird misplays with the bat. That's kind of what really cost the Arctic in this one. The Buckaroos not jumping the yard in this game, but RBIs from Wilkins, McCann, and Trevino, your difference in this one. It's going to be Reese Lamb pitching 5 innings of getting through it. She was not strong today, did not have her best stuff, but got through it. It's going to be Adelmo Feynman with the win. 1 hit, no walks, and then 2 perfect innings from Blaine Zhang to get his 4th save of the season. Mullins obviously goes 3 1/3 before the injury. Nuptials comes in, pitches a decent 2 1/3, but it's going to be Wilson with the loss. Hancock did all he could to keep the score where it was, but was not enough. Your players of the game: Raina Hugh, Bet Barnes, Conrad, Nuptials. 3 players on the losing team. Don't know who votes on these player of the game things, but maybe Zhang, Feynman, anybody. Like, they didn't hit particularly well. Like, maybe McCann went 2 for 4. Nonetheless, doesn't matter about the player of the game. Buckaroos 3, Arctic 2.